You are a super rising star in the medical device and healthcare industry. Why are you fascinated with movies and why NAFA?
The Marathi industry has always been known, like a Bengali film industry, for the sensible contents that they produce. Producing any movies, or I'm making movies, I did not want to make it just for the sake of one more movie, right? I wanted to kind of put my own mark there and create a legacy in terms of bringing some sensible cinema to Marathi audience. But we wanted somebody who having the national appeal, and that's where we requested the likes of Patekar to come back to Marathi, Sonali Kulkarni, in terms of even the lyricists. We requested Swarn Kamal. I think we were hopeful of the success because we were convinced that the film will stick well. And it, I expected it to become a biggest box office grosser.
Hello and welcome to another fantastic episode of Pitch Cafe podcast. I should really thank my stars today because I'm going to be amongst somebody who is gathering a lot of stars for July 27th and 28th in San Jose in California theaters. Hey, we are a forum of venture capitalists and startup founders. Why are we talking about stars in California theater? Well, I'm here to introduce to you someone who is the mastermind behind the NAFA Global Marathi Film Festival, which is being hosted in 2024 in San Francisco Bay Area, and movie stars of the highest fame from Maharashtra, the Marathi film stars, are flying all the way to San Francisco Bay Area to participate in this movie film festival. But why is this film festival so important? Did you know India has got 121 languages and 31 mother tongues and countless number of dialects? And Marathi is one of the most prominent languages in India. India's Bollywood hails from Maharashtra, the land of the Marathas, and Bollywood has put India on the world map. From this land of superstars of the Indian film industry, we are going to host the Marathi Film Festival in the Bay Area. But why Bay Area? Why NAFA Film Festival? And to do this honor, we have Abhi Gholap. He is a superstar serial entrepreneur in the medical device industry, healthcare industry, revolutionizing the way healthcare is done today in the Silicon Valley. And he is also an investor in the same space. He is backing this. He's not only that, but also the winner of the highest film honor from the Indian government, the Swarn Kamal, the national award. So without further ado, let's bring on the show the man of the moment, Abhi Gholap. Abhi, welcome to Pitch Cafe podcast. Truly an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
And I'm super excited to talk about. Tell us who is Abhi Gholap and why does he pick to back the film industry? You are a super rising star in the medical device and healthcare industry. Why are you fascinated with movies and why NAFA?
So I would say that movies and probably cricket are the two things that runs in the blood of all Indian population, right? So people are super excited. I mean, in India or the people with Indian origin, they don't differentiate between any religions, but I think cricket and films are the two religions that they love and they become a part of it.
Yeah.
I was no exception for that. But not coming from this industry of film or television, I was never exposed to getting into the films or media entertainment. Interestingly, after my first venture was acquired as a startup in Bay Area, I got some time to spend with my family back in India, and that's where when my interviews were published in Economic Times and Times of India because of this big acquisition that happened, a lot of filmmakers approached me for the financing of their films. And that's how I started getting exposed to this kind of an industry. Initially, I felt that probably I'm not the right fit for this industry, mainly because I don't come from this industry. Neither I have any nepotistic contacts to make me successful, because this industry requires kind of a generational support to do that. Yes. And I don't come from that as well. But then more I started thinking about it, I got kind of involved in this project. And Marathi industry has always been known, like a Bengali film industry, for the sensible contents that they produce.
Yes.
But in Marathi industry, there is no celebrity or there is no star. But the star or the celebrity is the story. So the story that was pitched to me in 2010, I kind of got glued to that, and then I decided to get into this as my another hobby come passion come entrepreneurial journey. Yeah. And I believe that as an entrepreneur, if you're getting into unknown waters, if you know what you want to achieve and if you keep yourself on the focus plan of this whole achievement and the progression, I think you can still make it happen. With that thing in mind, I kind of got into this, but you are right. I mean, this was completely new waters for me, no experience of any sort.
Tell us more about your first movie in 2010-11 time frame. It won the national award and the Swarn Kamal. The Swarn Kamal is judging across all language movies from India, and India is the most competitive movie market. You won Swarn Kamal. Tell us about the movie and how did that happen? This is amazing.
That movie that I did as a first project, it was about a temple. So the story was about commercialization of the faith. In India, people go to temples, they go to God to ask for some favor, and then there are people who queues up for that, and then they come to know that specific God can help them, and that if some devotee gets benefit from visiting to that temple, you will find thousands and hundred thousands and millions of people queuing up to go to that temple, and the temple gets converted into a pilgrimage center. And there are many examples of that sort that happened in India. So this story was all about that like when such small place in a completely distant village or ignored village gets converted into pilgrimage center, then what happens to the devotees whose emotions are to the God? What happens to the politicians there? What happens to the social servants there? And how a complete transformation of a small village into a pilgrimage center can happen. And there are a lot of parallels that one can draw. So we were bold enough to comment on that, because my whole idea was that when I'm producing any movies or I'm making movies, I did not want to make it just for the sake of one more movie types, right? I wanted to kind of put my own mark there and create a legacy in terms of bringing some sensible cinema to Marathi audience. I chose Marathi language because I felt that this can be well expressed in that language, since the story was written in Marathi. That's how I got into Marathi language. But then when we projected this as a whole film, we also ensured that we got people who are better than me, because that's the mantra of all entrepreneurial journey. So I made sure that I have better, the writer and the director and then the whole cast and crew. And then we had a wonderful cinematographer. And I thoroughly enjoyed that whole 1 year of a journey of film production. But most importantly, we wanted to bring this movie with those stars who are not only limited to any city or a town, but we wanted somebody who having the national appeal. And that's where we requested the likes of Patekar to come back to Marathi, Sonali Kulkarni, Deool, in terms of even the lyricists, we requested Swarn Kamal. As you can see, that this movie was all about transformation. It also involved massive sets that we had to lay down and we had to put together. And one of the big names in the art industry was Nitin Desai. Unfortunately, we lost him a few months ago, but he was kind enough to come forward. He took the complete responsibility of setting up the stage and setting up the sets such that the whole earlier lazy village get transformed into a very busy pilgrimage center. So by putting a lot of efforts, I think we were hopeful of the success, because we were convinced that the film will stick well. And it, as expected, it became a biggest box office grosser, where Marathi industry saw first time people queuing up for the tickets. And the shows kept on growing, did the distribution. I wanted to understand how the distribution industry worked in Marathi. And I was told that, you are having good stars, so maybe you can just do 100 shows per day. And I was like, but then the Hindi film industry, which is a big brother from Maharashtra, they do 3,000 shows a day. So I said, why 100 for me? I mean, I want at least 1,000. And then with that insistence, we were the first film that was released with 600 shows a day. And then because of the first days of the success, our shows grew from 600 to 800 and eventually to 1,000. I think what we achieved a lot is in terms of getting a lot of love and affection from the viewers, audience who loved our movie. But then it was more like an icing on the cake when we won 3 national awards. And we won the Best Film National Award as a Best Film category across all the languages, beating even Hindi for that matter. And Marathi industry got this accolade almost after 35 years, when the first movie Shanshai won, and then we won as the second movie, coming as the Best Film Award. We also won award for the Best Script and Best Actor. So the only fourth award, which was the Best Actress, is the award that we missed. But otherwise, this film was well appreciated, and I think I was fortunate to get recognized for the best film production as Swarn Kamal or Golden Lotus Award.
I just get goosebumps. This is like a very unbelievable story because here you are doing a podcast on healthcare, which I listen to because I'm a bioengineer. But you're talking about revolutionizing the Marathi industry with a new approach to marketing and distribution. So, Abhi, all that said and done, you're here in the United States and you're trying to make a difference to NAFA here. Tell us what is different about NAFA Global in the United States and why do you want to back this initiative? What kind of initiatives or pillars drive NAFA Marathi Global Film Festival?
So just kind of taking a few steps back. After my first movie was made, I continued making the second and third and fourth movie.
Wow.
And that was all happening in India. As a Marathi American living in Bay Area, I always felt that there are a lot of Marathi communities in North America who are focused on producing nice theaters or performances or dance shows. But none of them were involved in producing movies. So I was very curious, why are they not going to produce the movies? Because movies is the new age mantra.
Correct.
Because of also the streaming media. A lot of contents are required.
Yes.
It could be short films, it could be full-length feature films, it could be TV serials, it could be documentaries. You can really produce a lot of contents and it will be very easy for global people to look at it. And with that thing, I was like observing in the market. Then I felt that probably there is a hole in the market. And an entrepreneur in my mind actually started pushing me towards that. And then that's where I formed this platform called the North American Film Association. And the main agenda of this platform essentially is to find the good talent within North America. And then with the help of their talent on the topics related to North America, we wanted to create good contents. Because if you see, Marathi industry got started in Gholap in Maharashtra. Eventually it went to Pune, it went to Mumbai. But it never came to USA. In fact, there are a lot of Marathi population who migrated to USA over the last 50, 60 years. They are living here, they are now part of America. And they have their own issues, they have their own challenges, they have their own stories. Somebody has to come forward and tell these stories.
Correct.
And people would love to listen to these stories, not only those based in North America, but also people who are living in Australia, people who are living in UK, who are living in maybe Korea. They would love to actually look at this. And also our own people sitting in Maharashtra. They are always seeing the stories coming from the local cities in Maharashtra, like, Baramati or Latur or other pockets. But then the stories coming from New York and San Francisco can very well be received even for those audiences. So by leveraging the OTT or the streaming platform, I think we can reach to the masses on the topics related to North America or the films made by the Americans or the Marathi Americans. So our actors are here, our directors are here, our cinematographers are here, but our audience is going to be global. So with that thing in the mind, we conceptualized this NAFA, and now we are pursuing that dream called as a North American Film Association.
Amazing, great initiative. I really want to ask you about the 3 movies which you made, what topics they were. We'll get to that, but before that, I'm super excited about the NAFA Global Marathi Film Festival. You have like a battalion of stars coming. Tell us who's coming. Who are all the stars who are gracing the show, and what are we to expect in the event schedule? What are the audience going to expect?
Absolutely. So it's a very exciting moment even for us because when we formed NAFA, our focus was on 3 areas. So we have 3 focuses here. Number 1, film production. Number 2, film distribution. And number 3, film celebration. So as a part of film celebration, we thought about conceptualizing this film festival. Now, film festival is a different ballgame altogether, and we don't have any experience. So what we did is that we approached Pune International Film Festival, which is Maharashtra government's only official film festival, and we are partnered with an idea that now we can actually learn from them how to organize the film festival. Because Pune International Film Festival is organizing their own film festival in Pune on behalf of Maharashtra government for last 23 years.
Wow.
So Dr. Jabbar Patel, who is the chairman of his film festival, and who is himself is a very leading director and actor, and also the film producers. So he decided to help us, and I think that was the starting point for us. So what we have done is that this film festival that we are organizing on 27th and 28th of July here in California, we wanted to have all the faces who represent Marathi film industry. So I wanted people to actually take a note that if there are Marathi films that are happening here, then the Marathi film actors and actresses should represent that industry. That's where you see that we are going to have Dr. Jabbar Patel, Dr. Mohan Agashe, Sachin and Supriya Pilgaonkar, Ashok Saraf and Nivedita Saraf, Mahesh Manjrekar.
नमस्कार, मी महेश मांजरेकर
आणि मी मेधा मांजरेकर.
नाफा म्हणजे नॉर्थ अमेरिकन फिल्म असोसिएशन एक खूप सुंदर मराठी फिल्म फेस्टिवल भरत आहेत.
कॅलिफोर्नियामध्ये 27 आणि 28 जुलैला सॅन होजे या शहरात.
आणि खूप सुंदर सुंदर सिनेमे तुम्हाला बघायला मिळणार आहेत. एक सरप्राईज आहे तुम्हाला माझ्याकडून. आणि आम्ही तिथे येतो आहोत. खूप सारे कलाकार इथून येत आहेत. आम्ही तुम्हाला भेटायला खूप उत्सुक आहोत. आणि आमची खात्री आहे की हा फेस्टिवल विल बी वन ऑफ द बेस्ट. अभिजित घोलप यांचे खास कौतुक, कारण त्यांनी एक इनिशिएटिव्ह घेतला आहे आणि तुमचं सगळ्यांचा सपोर्ट आहे. आणि भेटूया मग आपण 27-28 जुलैला नाफामध्ये.
सी यू.
बाय बाय.
Subodh Bhave, Sonali Kulkarni, Ritesh Deshmukh and Genelia D'Souza. And we are also going to have Dilip Prabhavalkar, as well as, there are a few more faces who are now signed up and they will be here. So we are actually setting it up, whole Marathi film industry to come here and celebrate the birth of a Marathi film industry within America.
This is incredible. A lot of these stars are, they're the star couples of Bollywood. I'm sure many people will come just to see them on stage. So this is extremely exciting. So tell us what kind of events make up a film festival? What are we to expect when we attend?
Yeah, absolutely. So in this film festival, we are looking at 3 different tracks. Mm-hmm. So one track focuses on where we'll be showcasing some of the films of very high caliber. So like for example, the winner of Best Film Award this year, which was given by Pune International Film Festival, that film will be screened at our film festival. Mm-hmm. And similarly, the winner of our film festival will now get screened next year in Pune International Film Festival. We will also be screening few of the Marathi film world premiere. So there are movies that are made by the likes of Mahesh Manjrekar and other leading directors, which will be screened first time as a world premiere during this NAFA Film Festival. In addition to that, we have a lot of panel discussions. One of the golden era of Marathi film industry, which is identified as film, which is known as Ashihi Banwa Banni. And that film has the actors Ashok Saraf, Nivedita Saraf, Ashwini Bave, Sachin and Supriya Pelgaonkar, and all of them are coming in person. So we wanted to recreate those nostalgic moments by these all actors present in person and then we discussing about that film. Similarly, we are also going to celebrate the yesteryear movie, which was called as one of the biggest hit of the industry, called as Jai Tre Jai. And that movie was produced and directed by Dr. Jabbar Patel. And the main actor is Dr. Mohan Agashi. Now again, both of them are going to be in person here. So that movie is like almost 50-year-old movie, but that's like one of the golden moment of the Marathi film industry. Yeah. So we are also planning to recreate that situation here. And then on the second track, we are also going to have the master classes. Because we want people to celebrate but also learn from this. Yeah. So there are a lot of filmmakers who would love to learn from the likes of Dr. Jabbar Patel on filmmaking techniques, from Dr. Mohan Agashi about looking through lenses, or from the actors like Subodh Bhave and Sonali Kulkarni about how to do the acting, and then from Dilip Prabhavalkar, who is also a wonderful writer. So we are having different master classes over those 2 days that people can learn from that. And then the third track is about the new full movie. Those will be released from now till the end of December. So we'll also be actually celebrating those so that people can look forward to the quality Marathi cinema coming their way. So the new movies that will be released before July, they will be able to see it. The movies which will be released after July, we'll be having at least 15 minutes of the curtain raiser. So there is one movie on Man of Man which is getting released, so that will be discussed over there. So there is another movie called as Navra Maza Nausacha by Sachin that will be released over there as a curtain raiser. But then of course those movies are still in the post-production. Those may not be ready for the release during the festival. So we want to kind of give a complete glimpse about the past, present and future of Marathi cinema, which we anticipate to do it every year.
Amazing. So movies are a culture in India. Marathi movies are a culture for the Maharashtrians and they are upholding the culture. This is incredible work. I really like the fact that the movie stars who are excelled in their careers are coming here all the way to teach their skills. And I have attended many movie workshops. I know the kind of impact a movie maker has when he comes face to face with people, the way he inspires minds to write and produce. And I think it's going to be incredible. I'm not going to miss it. All you viewers, book your tickets today. Check out the NAFA Global website. It will be the link description below, and get your tickets today. So what kind of discounts or promotions are you offering, and what can the audience expect?
1,000 people.
Wow.
Right now at this point of time, I think half of the tickets are already sold. So, but people can certainly go to nafafilmfestival.com and then book the tickets. We are kept very reasonable pricing for this because the whole idea here is to promote and not really generate the profits. Ultimately, we are a non-profit organization, so that way. But then we have also the red carpet moments. We also have the celebrity gala dinner, where you can get a lot of opportunity to network with those film stars, take the selfies, and discuss with them, and spend good amount of time of those 2 days completely immersed in an experience of Marathi film industry.
Amazing. On that note, Abhi, I really want to dig deeper on your movie making experience. What was it like to produce and make 3 more movies after Swarn Kamal? What can audience learn about you, about your movie making style, and about movie making in general?
So for movie making, what we have started is that we have put together the teams in US, where now they have an ability to produce their own movies. So NAFA has created different chapters. So we have one chapter in Washington DC. So we just completed the shooting of our first Marathi film in Washington DC. Parallelly, we created another chapter in Austin, Texas. So there we completed the second filming of our movie, which is called as Nirmalya. Nirmalya is a movie written by one doctor out of Arizona, and then this is like directed by a director from Austin, Texas. So it's like completely Marathi Americans who are working on this project. And then the third movie we also recently completed, which is in Phoenix. All these 3 movies as a part of NAFA initiative of productions are right now in the post-production stage. And all the 3 movies will be screened during the NAFA Film Festival. And now we are also gearing up ourselves for working on more projects. Because we want NAFA as a global organization to support various talents from the different cities. And then we will help them on the funding, we will help them on the distribution, but they can create their own good contents, and then those content we can distribute globally.
So this is fully Marathi content, or are you open to English content produced by the Marathi people as well?
So answer is yes and no both, but at least for the next 24 months or the 2 years of a vision that we have, we'll focus ourselves only on Marathi contents by Marathi people and for Marathi people. And then once that gets completed as the first milestone, we can certainly look at different languages. So technically speaking, NAFA could have been NAMFA, North American Marathi Film Association, but we consciously removed the word Marathi from this because we wanted to keep it as a platform for film production, film distribution, and film celebration.
Amazing. So very slowly edging towards making a mark on global cinema. This is an amazing story. Last question. What can people who want to partner with you for this event and with NAFA after the event, what can they expect? What kind of partnerships can they come to you with?
So we are open for all the partnerships because I strongly believe that it all depends on how best you can find the network and the partners. And this is again an activity where we are trying to promote it for the benefit of community. So whoever really wants to be a part of it, they can come forward, they can contact me, they can write an email to our team members, or they can just join our WhatsApp group or our Facebook groups, and they can contribute to this. They can take up a responsibility of creating the content. They can take a responsibility of bringing in more opportunities for us to grow, or they can even come and just guide us, like what they want to see, what is that their expectation. So we are open. We are keeping our eyes and ears both open because we certainly believe that this has the potential to grow, and the only option that we can grow is when we can partner and collaborate with many more who can come forward and help us grow. So certainly we are open.
Wonderful. On that amazing note, thank you, Abhi Gholap, for your vast experience you shared with us within these 20 limited minutes. I'm sure you have lots of stories, lots of learnings to share. We'll come back to you and give you another and share another episode of what is happening with this super hyped, super prepping of the Marathi Global Film Festival updates. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.